PebblePad is used for all sorts of everything, and this flexibility can make it kind of hard to know how and where to start. So let me walk you through a linked up series of possible PebblePad uses. Let's imagine I've just finished a short course and I've been given a certificate for my efforts. It makes sense that it's uploaded to PebblePad as evidence. So I'm going to drag a certificate into that little field there. And what I'm going to do as well is tag that as a certificate so that in the future I can find all of my certificates. I'm also going to tag it as goals 17 because then I can find all of my goals together in the future. I confirm the upload and that file will now get added to my store in PebblePad. Now the certificate is evidence of having done a thing and possibly of having achieved a thing, but it doesn't necessarily record what I learned from a thing. So I'm going to head over to the resource store and I'm going to go to the PebblePad templates. And here are a series of generic templates designed to help you make better records. It doesn't really matter which one you use, but as you might imagine, the action plan is geared around planning to do a thing, whereas something like the ability record is more about making a record of a skill or talent you have. In this case, I'm going to use the experience record. Now, the experience record is designed to help you make a record of an experience you've had. So, name the experience, record it, say when it happened, what evidence you have of what you learned from it, and an overall reflection. So I'll start filling this in. Now we haven't got all day for me to do lots of typing, so excuse the paucity of my reflections. But let's look through some of the fields. For example, this record is helping to record what I learned from the event, but I may want to provide evidence in the form of the certificate which I already uploaded. Now, there are two ways of doing that. I can select the word certificate, or indeed any part of any text, and add what's called an asset link. All of the things that are in my store will be shown at the side of the record, and I can make a link like that. Or in this case, I can use the evidence drop-down box and add evidence, and again I will choose the certificate and add done. I'm prompted to add a justification and to also say whether or not it's fully evidenced. You'll see I then get a green rosette to indicate that the evidence fully supports the record I've made. Let's see what that looks like as a finished record. Now clearly, the more you write, the better these records look. Okay, let's head back to PebblePad, to the home page. Now anybody who uses PebblePad can create their own templates using the template builder. So here's a super quick taster of how that works. It also gives me an opportunity to introduce you to the burger menu, which is a side navigation giving you quick access across the system. So I'll choose create a template. Here's the template open, and all I do is add the questions that I want. So maybe a checkbox. Which of these things have you done in the previous period? Something like maybe let's say a table. So how will you develop this skill in the next week, month or year? And then maybe something like a capability. How confident or able are you at this particular thing? Rate yourself and add some evidence. So the template builder allows you to build really useful scaffolds or frameworks to support people through all sorts of things like onboarding, performance review, coaching and mentoring, and they're normally built by the organization for its employees, members or students. Although as I said, anybody can build one. Okay, I'm going to hop back to the home page and we're going to dive into the resources, and this time we're going to go to custom templates and have a look at the appraisal template that you'll find in your trial account custom resources. So here's how it looks. Set the period, set some goals, talk about how they'll be measured, rate yourselves against a particular skill. Now I'm going to leave that there and I'll fill it in when you're not wasting your time watching this screen. So here is the filled in version, and before we leave it, I just want to very quickly show you how it's possible to, for example, share this with people, the web, or for what we call assessment, which is effectively into a collecting space where people with particular privileges can provide review or feedback or grades in some contexts. I can also use this to add tags. So if I click on the I want to tag and I start tagging, adding again my goals, you'll see it pops up and it's easily done. So we'll close that and we'll pop back to the PebblePad homepage now. And what I want to do now is talk about how to bring those things together. So we've uploaded a file, recorded an experience, and completed a custom template. And if I go to my asset store, you'll see they're all there at the top of the list. Back at the home page, what I'm going to do is create a one-page portfolio to bring those things together. I'm going to call it something like Shane's this is where my typing goes a bit wobbly, performance portfolio. And to make it look pretty, I can go and maybe replace this image. There are several banners I can choose from. This one feels pretty good. And now I get to add things to this canvas. So I'm going to add some text, and let's see, I have been, and we'll throw some more in there. So you write the text, and then what we're going to start to do is to make some links from here. So I recently attended an event on leadership and coaching and gained the certificate displayed alongside this commentary. What I learned from the event is captured in this record. So let's take captured in this record, select the text, and we're going to make a link to an asset. Those assets will come in on the side. I can select that coaching and leadership and coaching record, and now it's hyperlinked. So anybody reading this will be able to follow that link and read that record. I'm also going to, it says here about the certificate displayed alongside. And what I'm going to do is put an image holder, and I can drag that, and I can drag that alongside there. And now if I click open the asset store, I can choose that certificate. It will pop in, and I can resize it to look exactly how I want to. I've also got about my PD review, and I've attached my PD review here. So again, select the text, make a asset link, and I'm going to add my PD review there. So there's my portfolio looking pretty well. I think the only thing which is missing is an embedded image of some kittens at play. Who doesn't need that on their professional portfolio? There we go. So that's your very quick guide to how to navigate and do certain things in PebblePad. I hope that's helpful, and I hope you have lots of fun playing with the system.